Well, this chair is making a lot of noise, so I won't be moving that much. I'll try not to move too much. You're gonna have to excuse my low energy. I've been trying to recover from just moving. I've been moving. It feels like I've been moving constantly since Thanksgiving break. And I'm just wrapping up a semester of some studies for my graduate classes and papers due. And I'm done now, but man, that tail end of the semester was difficult. And I just had deadline after deadline after deadline. So I haven't had days off and I haven't had time to rest. But I'm back free. This week I haven't had any deadlines. But now that I'm settling down, I'm really excited to pay deeper attention to my life. A couple weeks ago, I read a book by Barbara Brown Taylor. It was called An Altar in the World. And it's just like a practical book on just how to experience God in your everyday living. The chapter on paying attention really stuck out to me because that's been my approach to life. I've been trying to approach life that way, just trying to pay attention and really enjoy living and be okay with enjoying living. And when I say enjoying, I'm not just going out and doing whatever I want to do. It's trying to live faithfully, trying to live a life that is full of love and eternal things and the fruits of the Spirit. And while I'm doing that, paying attention to what I'm experiencing, paying attention to the cashier at Walmart, paying attention to the cars around me as I'm driving, paying attention to people as I'm talking to them, and not just thinking about what's on my mind or what I got to get done, but literally just listening to that person and just paying attention to that person. Now that my life is less crazy, I think I have more energy to pay attention, because it does take energy to pay attention and to notice things. And my energy was just dispersed. Let me confess a little bit. When I have a lot to do, I embrace procrastination. When I have a lot to do, I have to embrace it. This semester I took 3 classes, and this is the most classes I've taken since I've been in graduate school. You don't want to take that many classes, especially when you're not part-time. I'm working full-time, and I'm supposed to be a part-time student, but that's basically full-time load that I was taking. I had too much on my plate. I did the same thing my senior year when I was working on my 4-year degree. I took 40 hours my last semester. I kept wanting to take 12-hour semesters throughout my 4 years, and I just kind of crammed it all in the last minute because I'm a procrastinator. And I've gotten better over the years, but this semester just reminded me that I still got some work to do. And my wife is the complete opposite. She's the type to turn in a paper a week ahead of the deadline. That's not me. I know I'm rambling, guys. I'm just trying to confess that I struggle with paying attention. When you're fighting against procrastination, I think paying attention is a good way to do that. And I struggle with paying attention to things that I don't really want to do. I'm like halfway there. And that's how I feel about my graduate studies, because I know everything I'm learning is beneficial and the tools that I'm getting is beneficial. I just don't like deadlines. So if I could have grad school without the deadlines and still get a degree, man, I'm talking a lot right now. Part of paying attention is learning not to talk and to just sit and to look. And if you do talk slowly and use your words carefully, because you're paying attention to the effect that every word that you say has on whoever you're interacting with. So I'm excited to pay more attention to my life in this next season and to really live, because this is how you live abundantly. This is how you're able to recognize the presence of God in your life, when you develop the capacity to pay attention. And the challenge is we're living in a culture and a world that is constantly trying to take attention away from us, because attention is currency in this system. So if I have your attention, I have you. Attention has been a big deal for me this year, and this is why I've been trying to simplify my life so that my attention can be focused on the more important things. My goal is to better manage my attention. I want to pay deeper attention to things that are important so that I can live better. Whenever I make a video, I write a couple notes down. I want to make sure that I'm talking about everything that I said, one thing that I wrote down is that when you're paying attention, this is how you're able to glorify God in everything that you're doing, by paying attention and giving awareness to what you're doing. And it's so easy to live mindlessly, go about your day and just be in the current and be swung away by your emotions and what you got to do and your tasks and your responsibilities, that you're not even appreciating the life within all of that. And there's a life within that. But when I'm busy, when I got assignments due, it's hard for me to recognize that, hey, I'm living. And this assignment it could be a gift depending on how I approach it. And if I'm approaching it with a procrastination type of attitude and I got to get this done so I can move on mentality, I'm not going to be able to notice the life behind my task and my responsibilities. And that's been my struggle over these last few months. And a good way to help us to learn how to pay more attention is to let breathing and prayer and meditation train us to focus our attention on one thing at a time. This is the issue of our world and our culture. We're just scatterbrained. We're everywhere. Our brain is going from one thing to the next. We can't even sit down and just be. Our attention span is just shrinking. So prayer and meditation and breathing, these are avenues that we can use to focus, be able to focus our attention. So that's my challenge for you. Recognize that your attention is currency. Your attention is the most valuable thing that you have. It's more valuable than money because you need attention to make money. So my hope is that you can, especially this holiday season, place your attention on things that are beautiful and loving and eternal as well.